Do you like surprises? You know, some people say they don't like surprises. I don't, why? I don't know. Anyway, okay.
Well, do you like surprises or no?
No, I do. I do. I like surprises. Surprises don't bother me.
I like surprises too, but I'm kind of the worst about getting gifts. So, and I'll tell you, you know what, I actually have a gift story for you today. Okay. So the reason Brenda's talking about surprises is right before we hit record, I told her that our mail came in this week. And so now we need to get together because I have some things to share with you. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
She's going to show me. So yeah, so she teased me before she started recording. Is that a sticker?
That is an official Sticker Mule sticker. And so this one, y'all, this one has been on my Yeti for 2 years and this one's like, these are all weather vinyl. I've got one on my car from my business. Like if we were explicit, I would say something else. Okay. So we have these.
Okay. Then I told Maddie because she has her, what do you call that? Giant. You could seriously, I don't recommend it, but like
the
murder someone with that hydro flask.
Yes.
So
she's
got, she's full with
song on it.
Yes. Oh,
or Maddie's mix.
Yes, a Maddie's mix. But she has all office, majority are office stickers. But I was like, ooh, wouldn't it be cool if you had a normal Via sticker? And now she can.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
And this one, and as soon as I get yours to you, then I have a couple of these that we need to send out. But
right,
there are postcards. So with the space to write your song and then write a note on the back. Thanks for being on our podcast. And guess what color the envelopes are?
Stop. Are they orange?
They are. They're way too big this first round, but I had already opened them. Forget it. We're just going to use big orange envelopes. It'll be fine. So Brenda.
Orange, I'm glad that you're showing me these.
Oh, that can be our orange you glad. This can be like just orange you glad catch up day. So so let's catch up. Today's Friday morning.
Okay.
Both of our big kids, our kids who are almost officially seniors, both of them have an AP test in a little bit. So we're going to hop on and record for a little bit. And we recorded, it's Friday morning. We recorded Sunday with our kids for Mother's Day. And then we have a friend who we want to be a guest on the podcast, but we needed to, I think this person had a legit concern that we were going to invite them on the podcast and then be like, like surprise them with like, I don't know, like, all I could think about was like revenge and roses and that kind of stuff. Like we were like, so anyway, so we had a conversation with that person and it was really good, but like really like talked about stuff that happened 20 years ago. So it was good. It was so good.
It was so good and cathartic. There's a word for you, cathartic. Talk about say what you need to say. And you know what? I think I thought of this after that conversation, especially if there's been some time in between conversations or face-to-face. It's not so much you're scared of the words that are going to come out of your mouth that need to come out of your mouth. That I realized is what the other person has to say to me. And if you're lucky and that person, they were just straight up honest. And I had to hear some things about myself that I knew and I'm true, but it still is like, dude, I am such I won't say it what I want to say on here so we don't get beeped, but man, it was heavy stuff. But at the same time, after the conversation, I completely felt so light and felt so like, all right, we're moving on from this and it's awesome. And it's going to be better than ever.
Oh, I think so. So it was good, but I think it took until like this morning that we realized that we haven't actually recorded an episode this week, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't.
We had planned this, but then I just like rubbed my nose on a video podcast. Sorry, y'all. Glad I didn't have any boogers. So we haven't actually recorded this week. So we were kind of texting back and forth this morning, like, do we need to have a real topic or should we just get on and talk? So we're just like wet hair.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of hair, Brenda saw Lauren yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
Should you get
out? I got the gray out and she straightened me and I just feel like brand new. I just need to get my eyebrows threaded and it's the little things, right? I will feel like a new person, $1,000,000.
Okay. Do you know why I don't get my eyebrows done?
Why?
This is like a legit thing at our house. So I used to get my eyebrows waxed, and one, it totally like my skin is so sensitive. Like, I mean, clearly I'm like see-through, but I break out. So I don't like it because of that. But I also don't like it because for a month when I walk around, no matter what I say, James says, "Why so surprised?" I'm sorry, did I startle you? Yeah. So I don't get my eyebrows done anymore. I just take care of it myself.
Yeah. See, if I do that, then I'll have, see, this one's thinner than this one and archier than this one. So I have to hide the tweezers. I'll just go to town and be like needing a Sharpie afterwards,
So my best friend and college roommate, she had you remember when those little razor things came out? When we were, 20 years ago, it was a long time ago.
Right.
And got one, and doggone it, she didn't take off like that much the first time. And she came in and she was like, "What do I do?" And I was like, I think you just have to let it grow back. Maybe you put it down.
Step away. Step away from the razor.
Because it was not easy to use as promised.
No. So, oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm excited about the sticker and the note cards. Do you have an orange envelope?
I ordered, yeah, it's me. I ordered all at the same time, but I did a Kristi thing. I tried to I'm so funny about it. I always have to order envelopes and stuff for clients, and I usually get it right, but because this was for us, I got it way wrong. So instead of an envelope that fits the card, it's an envelope that's an inch and an inch bigger than the card. So, just fill it with confetti or something if you have to send a note to somebody. But
yeah.
Oh.
I ordered, Kristi's daughter, Casey, has a saying that is amazing, and it says, "Find the yay in every day." And she sells a sticker, and so I bought one of her stickers for my cup that's over there, but for my cup, and I thought it was so thoughtful for someone like me who loves, bling and happy and confetti and glitter and shine, except when I've been a victim of the envelope full of confetti and not been aware, because then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's everywhere. But so I remember when I got the sticker and she sent it to me, I threw it in my work bag, and I got to work and I flipped it around. It said, does it say may contain confetti or be careful contains
when she ordered her sticker, she's really cool. Everything that I can do, she can do better. And so when she started selling her stickers, she ordered clear labels from Sticker Mule too. And it's in her little font, her handwriting font. And it's so cute. And I think it says like caution confetti inside, or PCAs or something. So yesterday I got to send one of her stickers in a card full of confetti to a friend who has just beat cancer.
Oh, yay.
Someone who you have mentioned as a podcast guest. So we'll have to have him on sometime.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So Casey sells here. I'll do a commercial. This is the regular one. Did you get this one, or did you get the one?
I got the regular one, so I need the other one for my other cup.
She has, and on my workout water bottle, they're bigger, and they're, what's that word? I'm doing this.
Oh yeah, like iridescent or hieroglyphic.
Holographic.
Holographic, not hieroglyphic. Oh wow.
The other ones are bigger, and when you move them, they're like rainbows. So yesterday or the day before.
So speaking of filling the envelope with confetti, that triggered that memory of, then I opened it very cautionally, carefully, and I still got the same like, yay, confetti, but it wasn't, all over the place.
Yes. That's so funny. I was a preschool teacher for a long time. And I don't do glitter. Even as a parent, I don't. I love glitter. I love the idea of glitter, but I could not do it in my classroom because my classroom was all carpet, and I was like, oh, heck no, Miss Nellie would never like that. So I never did glitter as a teacher.
I'm pretty sure it's Jennifer, and if it's not Jenny, sorry, but Jennifer calls it the herpes of the craft world, glitter.
That is true.
It's everywhere. I actually did that as a lesson one time for the youth group. It was about gossip, and it's how gossip spreads. So I started with the glitter on my hand, and I shook someone's hand. And then, so at the end of the day or the meeting, we looked and like there was glitter everywhere on everyone, even if it was a speck. But yeah.
You know, like when you're talking to someone, and James, I don't know if it's from Casey's stuff or what, but every once in a while he'll end up with like a piece of glitter on his face, and I'm like,
yeah, how does that even happen? But yeah, that's what she calls glitter. So
see, okay, so I promised myself, like my notebook and my pen, fancy rubber banded pen, I have them just out of reach because I noticed I went back through and looked through the episode with our kids, and like the whole time I'm like this, writing stuff down because they were saying such fun stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to take notes today. I'm just going to be present and just talk to you.
Okay.
I'm going to try really hard not to, but I do, like, so this is when I have Zoom calls with clients and stuff, unless my goal is to take notes, I do, like, I'll reach for a Post-it note and write, like, jot something down that I have to remember, but my goal is not to do the Kristi thing and put my nerdy head down and take notes the whole time today.
It's okay if you do.
Well, no, nobody wants to see the top of my head. That's where the white is. And I keep looking at it because I really did.
You really,
so wet.
I don't see the white, and I was so paranoid of the white, and that's why I was just like always doing this. I'm like, oh my gosh, can I see that? And then I put it behind my ear, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Now I'm looking because see these like this, right? You can see like this is literally, that is a white hair. Like some of these that look blonde, those are really white. And if you look like this morning, I don't take a shower and do anything to myself until after we work out. And so a friend of mine stopped by to go to the little free library while we were outside doing yoga. And I went and said hi to her. And then I realized when I got up to her, I mean, I had a white hair this morning sticking straight out to the side of my head, you know, no makeup. And she was probably like, oh, are you okay? So I feel like I need to reach out to her and tell her it's okay. I've showered and all's well. It's right. As well as it gets. Instead of it's well with my soul, I should say it's well with my face. Like I'm back.
Like, okay, if you went up to her and asked her, like you're thinking all of that, but she probably didn't even look or pay attention or even know, like if you legitimately went back and said, remember this morning and I was looking like this and my gray hair, like she probably is going to be like, okay, freak show. I don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm not calling you a freak show. I'm like, that were me.
You can call me a freak show. It's okay. I'm a big Ingrid Michaelson fan. Oh, that's Stranger Things actually. But anyway, yeah. So I wonder too, like she's older and she's lovely. She's very gracious and just like everything you want to be in 30 years. But she's not quite that old. But anyway, I wonder if she was thinking too, oh, I haven't gotten dressed yet. I just went for my walk. I'm sweating, you know, like she was probably thinking the same thing. That's what I was telling my kids. People are not thinking about you. They're thinking about them.
Right.
So
I know. I work at the front desk. And so a lot of sometimes moms will be like, oh, apologizing for not having their makeup on or apologizing for their hair being messed up. They're like, don't look at me. I haven't. And I'm like, dude, I'm just glad to see you. And you got your kid to school. Good for you. I know you've got other kids at home or you had to walk the dog. Or like, I'm thinking all this, like, don't apologize to me. You're a mom. You're a parent. I get it. Like, good for you for getting up out of bed and getting your kid to school. Like, yay. You know, like we do that.
Maybe you should keep, you know what? I'll send you some gold stars. Maybe you should keep gold stars at your desk and give them gold stars for getting there.
My coworker Stephanie always talks about there needs to be adult gold stars. Yes. Yeah. So yes, I'm going to pass out gold stars.
See, I want to write that down, but I'm not. Are you writing it down?
Oh, we're having role reversals. Gold stars.
I don't even have my phone in here. I'm just like, okay.
I know my phone's about to die, and I was just thinking.
Do you need to go plug it in?
Nah, it's fine. But I was just thinking that I asked something and I don't think anybody had time to respond, but maybe I just need to check that real quick. Gold stars for being an adult. But yeah, so that struck up a conversation about, apologizing for things that you don't need to apologize for, or that you assume someone else is thinking. You know, that comes up like, oh, you must think I'm this or that. And then one day I got offended. I was like, you must think I'm a terrible person if you think I think that, because no, I'm not thinking that at all. You know? What? Yeah. I was like, I don't think that at all. I think you're pretty awesome. You know, I don't know. I don't, yeah. There's not, mostly girls or moms that come in there, but ladies, we apologize absolutely too much.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a book? Isn't that Rachel Hollis?
Yes. And I haven't read that one. I read Girl Wash Your Face.
Mm-hmm. Stop apologizing. Is that it?
Yeah, something like that. I haven't read that one. I have nothing against her or anything. I kind of,
right.
So my
right.
judgment's going to show a little bit. So I have an issue with some of this like girl power stuff, and I'm not saying that this is her, so please don't hear this. But a lot of times, like people who have the public's ear will say stuff like, "You're enough. You're strong enough. You can do this." So, well, we can do it. We can do it in His power, right? So I think that if you hear some of the messages, but you don't know the person's heart or the gospel behind it, it can be misleading. And that's not any author's fault unless they're trying to do that on purpose. But so I just feel like you have to be really careful to make sure that it's hard. Like I wouldn't want to be in the public eye. I would not want to, I don't look too closely at the stuff that I write or the stuff that I put out there, but I wouldn't want that pressure. So
it's a lot. Yeah.
So great. I said my first negative on the podcast. Sorry, y'all. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's okay. It's what you think.
So what did you? Oh, you know what? I did want to ask you one thing, because you sit at the front desk of a school, and sitting here on a Zoom call reminds me of a job that I had where we met like every Monday and talked, like this. But one of the things we used to joke about was when you miscalculated and you got your kid to school too late, and then you had to walk them in. And doing the mom walk of shame when you may have on your outer garments, but not the correct undergarments. Do you get that a lot? I mean, like, do a lot of women walk in like this?
A few have. Not, yes. And again, I see, I'm also detail oriented. Like I notice things, I notice people, I can, and I'm not judging them at all, because I get it. But it's what I was just saying a while ago, is like, I don't think other people probably even know, but I just feel bad that they have to walk in like that.
Yes, there's that in there for them with the one thing.
Yeah, like, yeah. But it is what it is.
We all
Come on, hold on a second. I just got this text from someone that doesn't normally text me, or they text me, but it's usually in a group, and this is not. Okay. Oh, it is in the group. My bad. Okay, good. Everything's okay.
Well, good. I would be sad if you got bad news.
Yeah, me too.
It's a good day. It's going to be a good day. Like
it is going to be a good day.
Has it been a weird week at your house? Like we've been, like, I think because this for us was the last week of school for the kids, and Noble, of course, finished Monday morning and came in. And he texted me when we were on our call Monday. He texted me and I didn't get it, and it said, "Guess who's a 7th grader?" I was like, "Who?" So he has been convinced since Monday that it's his summer.
Right.
Yeah, we got to get through AP test first. So it's just been, and then, so he finished school Monday, and then Monday we let him spend the night with a friend. That's the first time yeah. So anyway, so we're just slowly, there's a couple of people we've let him visit with. And then, so he was gone Tuesday, and Tuesday we decided to go and run into Houston and grab a little pool for the backyard. So Tuesday was weird, and then Wednesday was sort of weird, and then yesterday we had an unexpected meeting at Casey's school, and it was just an hour, but it was enough that it was like my work day. At least, so I feel like every day this week there's been something that my work day is a little bit off, and then today I need to focus on her, because like she has that interview at 11, and then she has her AP test, so I need early lunch and make sure it's something that she really wants.
Right.
And then afterwards, we need to celebrate being past the AP test. So I'm like, okay. I'm like looking at my work to-do list, like.
Yeah. So how many is she taking?
Just 2.
Just 2. Okay. Yeah.
One
That's
today,
fine.
one Wednesday. And then
Mine,
Alex has today, Wednesday, and one else.
and I think Thursday, he just told me Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
So he has another full week.
He's taking 4.
Yeah. So we have said around here that our last day of school in Brenham would have been next Thursday, the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're saying that our first day of summer will be Wednesday the 20th, because Casey will be done with her AP test, her last AP test, like at 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then Thursday we'll go do a drive-through parade at Noble School so he can wave at his teachers. And so because he's graduated middle school and is going to the junior high. So his group, I mean, like the seniors, I mean, everybody has missed out on something this year, but his group has missed out on all of that. You're the big kids, all the 6th grade stuff. So it's been, most of it is, they've taken most of it in stride. We'll see how next week goes.
Right.
It's like for Alex and Casey, they're officially seniors, but like here we have, a ceremony that they're not getting to do. And like, the graduations, everything's a little bit different, but I think for the most part, the kids are taking it well.
Yeah. Same here. I'll tell you about my week, but absolutely this week was really strange and busy and crazy. But yeah, so this is the boys are in sports, so we've missed sports banquets and National Honor Society things. And, and then I just found out last night, Matthew got a really special award, like a character award, like a leader of the pride for sports. And, like this is the big deal. And so all those things were missing too. And, 8th grade, we went and picked up his athletic stuff, drove through the line and they handed him his things and he saw his coach, and I'm not going to cry, but I'm going to cry. Matt is so much like me. Like we just, wear our emotions on the outside. And I could just tell he wanted to open that car door and just bear hug his coach. And it's just so sad. And then we were driving through the line. He's like, it's so weird. I'm never going to be at that school anymore. And so I told him, I was like, when it opens and we're able to go back in, you can go in there. And he's like, can I? But, and then is it the same? Anyway, it's just, it's a lot. But so we have 10 more days, 9 more days of official school left in our school district. So, so we still have a few days at school, and then Alex has AP tests that they're able to take online, and he's studying and stressing. But I also went back to work this week.
That's right.
And yeah, so that was a big deal. And I knew so we signed up because it can only be so many people in the building at a time, and so we had a sign up sheet as to when you could go in. And I just signed up to go grab my stuff, but our registrar needed help, so I'm going in and helping her, which is awesome because it just felt good after I got over the initial emotion of all of it. When I walked in, and it was like stepping back in time. Everything was marked. The calendars were on March, and I had a stack of things that I was supposed to do. I was getting ready to send out invitations for our senior walk. Like we invite all the seniors who came to were students at our elementary, and they do a kind of a walk through a parade and have a reception in our library, and it's one of the best days ever. And so I was sending out those, and some of the end of the year party stuff I was helping with for our 5th graders. And so, yeah, it just, and then I walked in the cafeteria, and so our school the teachers are packing up all the kids' things, and they're going to kind of do the same thing. Parents will drive up and we'll hand them their stuff. Like they don't even get to come inside the building. This just was a lot of crying. And then seeing my coworkers, I can't hug them. We're wearing masks. We have to stay at a distance. But then a lot of crying. And our lovely coach, who at the end of episode 1, I talked about how he likes to.
I saw your post.
Come in and knock things around. Well, I wasn't even expecting to see him. So he walked in, and I just start bawling, like sobbing, because he's one of those people that I always wanted an older brother growing up. I love my sister. It was just she and I'm the oldest. Always thought, how cool would it be to have an older brother? And I started working with this guy, and I'm like, oh, geez, he is obnoxious.
That's
But
having an older brother. I have two of them. Trust me.
yeah, and so someone told me that, like, there you go. There's your brother. That's what they're like, because I'm meticulous. I like, because I'm so busy, I like that I can just reach over here. I know I have my stapler. Reach over here. It's my, scissors or tape, or, I'm ready. Let's go. And he will just come up to my window and do his hand like this, or pick something up and throw it. And it throws me all off, and I get so upset. Or I'll leave, to go to lunch, and I'll come back and things are rearranged. And I know it's him because his office is right by me. So he did not miss a beat. He walked in his office, came right out, and then just knocked something over. And I start crying and then laughing because it was the best feeling. Who knew I would miss that? But that was just because it's so him, and I felt so normal in that moment. Like nothing had changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was amazing feeling, like, oh, okay, when I come back, it's going to be the same, because he's going to knock my stuff around. Parents are going to call and ask dumb questions. Like I just needed that. And so then I went back the next day and the next day, and it was okay. Except for now, I really miss the kids. But so this week was emotional and stressful because, Alex is just holed up in his room studying and trying to be prepared and feel prepared. And he's one of those people who, if you go somewhere new, like he wants to know, what is it going to look like? What's it going to be like? So this is like, he has no idea what if, he's only taken AP tests one way at school, and to be online and just have all that added pressure, and will he have enough time to do it? He hasn't, had a class to go to learn this stuff. He's had to, Zoom everything. So
I have that kid. She's in her room right now getting ready. And
yeah.
So she said this morning, and I was trying to be cool about it. She'll hear this later, but she said, so the essay is different than what we've always been told. Mm-hmm. And she said, I guess everybody else does it a different way. So the essay is slightly different. It's got like 2 body paragraphs instead of 3 in a conclusion. And I was like, so do it today, and then let's do some research and see like what you need, like really what you need to know for college. But I was like, so that right. I think that really threw her off after yesterday's, that yesterday I had that 5-hour thing. Yesterday, I think this came up yesterday, and I'm glad it did. But then at the same time, I'm like, that probably really freaked her out going into today. Is she going to have time to do her, her essay? Or I don't even think they call it an essay. I don't know. I'm not cool. They have all these, they have all these words, and I just try to keep up.
Right. Same. Having a really smart, or having smart children I'm smart in a different way. Like I remember when he was like started talking about, or I guess with my niece, because she's a year older, so she would do these things first. I was like, AP, what does AP stand for? I'm like thinking Alex Parks, that's his initials. I was a different student. Like, I don't know the branches of government, but if you ask me the names of every single cast member of 90210, I will whip out their first names and their character names. Like, what?
And how old they were at the time.
And right. All of that, right?
Do you know where we were the night of their junior prom when Brenda and Dylan went upstairs?
Where were you?
I don't know if you were there or not, but we were at Student Council State, and so I missed it because back in the day, I think you were there too, may have been your senior.
Oh, wait.
But because if you weren't at home, you didn't get to watch it.
Right.
I had never seen that episode.
I seen the episode, but I think I was there because I just ran into some pictures from that time.
That's when you and Cindy were on the Yeah, that's exactly where we were going, because that's in the Grange or Bastrop, one of the places out here by us. That's funny.
But yeah, so I posted it this week too about how Alex has gotten to this point pretty much solo academically because I am not smarter than even a third grader probably. These kids are just the things they know and learn now. No.
But so you're sitting here with someone who was in education for almost 20 years. I was in gifted classes and things like that, but I don't help my kids academically. I help them socially. I help them emotionally. I'm sure they have what they need, but I've never been one to sit down and like make them tell me what they know or anything. Like we go over stuff, but I don't know what my kids know, and I'm okay with that. I don't.
Oh, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And
so
I'm glad that
you equip them, like what they need more than us telling them what it is for us to equip them to learn it and find it and use it on their own. They don't need us to. Yeah, that's a big old soapbox of mine as parent. Like I've had a great life. I had a great high school. I had a great college. I have a great love. All of those things. I've had all of that stuff, and I'm not going to live vicariously through my kids. I just want to celebrate them and help them.
Oh, yeah.
And kids, we had our Bob Goff devotional last week. One of them was about what kind of grandparent do you want to be? And it made me really think. And I was like, I, as an auntie, like I was trying so hard to make things right with my nieces and nephews. And I, like with my grandkids, they're just going to be an extension of our kids. And all I have to do is love them and celebrate my kids and what great people they are.
That's how I hope that's how I am, like the aunt I am.
I think you are.
And yeah, and that's how I want to be that kind of grandma too.
You will be. You're going to be awesome.
I always tease my mom or my kids when my mom's here and she's like, you can have this, you can have this. Yes, 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 yes. The answer is always yes. And I'm like, that woman right there who looks like my mom is not my mom. She would never.
I could never have that.
I could never have that. I would never be able to do that. Yeah.
I will say my dad was a totally different my dad didn't have a father growing up. And so, but I feel like he came into his own as a grandfather. And then as the older I got, the more he could relate to me. And so, but watching him being a grandpa was hilarious because he was like Mr. No with us, either Mr. No or just don't even bring it up.
Right.
And speaking with them was yes. And my mom, I will say my mom has been a grandparent pretty consistently the way that she parents us or parented us. But that's an interesting juxtaposition.
Consistency. I like that. Yeah. And okay. So growing up, my sister and I didn't have grandparents growing up. My mother, both my parents lost their mothers early. I did meet my dad's dad and saw him a few times in my life, but he lived in Mexico. And so I met him, I knew him. But so when hopefully when I was going to have kids, I've always said, I just want y'all to have a grandparent. Like I saw friends or, Jennifer and, the Parks had their grandparents and that was just cool. They'd get in the van and go see their grandparents. Yeah, there's a van. So I was so happy, or I am so happy that my two had 4 grandparents and close by, they could ride their bikes to their house and they were there. They have been there for everything. And it's just awesome. And so that's been kind of like today with this week we had some big news for Alex. And so that was kind of emotional because we get on the phone and we call, the grandparents and, my dad and Mr. P not being here to say that news to, because I know what the reaction would be. And so that was pretty tough too this week.
Hey, so I'm gonna switch your gears a little bit here, but we talked about Matt. He got a award, but Alex did something that not very many kids do.
He did.
So tell about Alex, because this is awesome.
So he's a National Merit Scholar based on his scores for the PSAT that he took, and 8 students from his school from his junior class were our National Merit students, and his school is 11 years old, and in there's only been 3 other students combined in those 11 years. And then this year they had 8. So it's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. And he, after he took the test and got his scores, he came home and of course he did math. He loves that. And he's like, I don't think I'm going to get it. Like, he knew. He was pretty convinced. And so when we got the phone call, his principal called us, which is nice, and told us. And he's a big cheerleader. He's a fan of his students. I just love that guy. I could go on and on. But so we got the call, and he looked like, I got it. And then even they posted it on Twitter, and then he saw the picture. He was like, okay, I did. It was cool. Yeah, very cool.
You'll never forget that. And that's that going into this year. I mean, like the scholarships, you're just going to roll in. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm happy for him. In school, I struggled a lot. It didn't come easy to me. I didn't test well. I didn't test anxiety. I had all those things. Like, it's so comforting to know that they don't have to worry, because they just do it and it comes easy to them. And it's just, yay. I don't have to worry about that piece.
They have a good mix of you and Kevin, because it but they know how to work hard. And and the thing about it is, I think the thing that people don't understand, for our kids, it's different than it was for us when we were in high school. Like, we really could like do things at the last minute, and we didn't have our parents saying, did you do this? Did you? I mean, but our kids, they have to work hard from the moment they get the assignment to the moment it's due. There is no let up for these kids these days. Like, they are, especially the advanced kids, because there's always something that they have to do. It's a very different world than we lived in.
It's I tell them that all the time. I wouldn't survive.
Oh my gosh. And if we had the internet or phones, like with pictures when we were in high school, like, I was a good kid for the most part. Like, I was scared to do anything. I was appropriately scared of my dad. But I made some choices that are iffy, and if they were like on the internet, we probably would not be sitting here.
Yeah, everything's out there.
Yeah. How kids do it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't know. But yeah. So I got to go to work. That was really cool. I was excited. But I was thinking about the Casey's find the Yang every day, and then today's Friday. Do the weekends feel like weekends to y'all anymore? Like, I used to, finally it's Friday. Finally it's here. Yay. And now, like this morning, I rolled out. I was excited because I was going to talk to you. I was like, "Hey, it's Friday," and but it doesn't feel. It feels like just a regular day now, and that kind of makes me sad that Fridays have lost their spark a little bit for me.
Well, so did I tell you about this when we talked last? So I forget what week it was in this. I think, what are we ending, week 9? I've kind of lost track of that. But at one point, one of my kids said it doesn't even feel like the weekend anymore. And I think this was maybe 3 or 4 weekends ago. I really have lost track. So what we did was we took some things off of our weekend, like on Saturdays. Saturdays we don't do schoolwork. We might do the yard, but we don't do a lot of chores. We've been trying to schedule different things to eat, like maybe we grill something fun, and then Sundays we unplug and we do church outside, and then we'll do like a fun, like we've been doing a bigger breakfast on Sundays. We did Dutch babies one day.
Okay, wait, back it up. Beep. What's a Dutch baby?
It's a pancake. It's a pancake that it poofs up, and then when you take it out, it's not a crepe, because it's if a crepe and a souffle got together and had a baby, it would be a Dutch baby. It's like a pancake, but it puffs up, and then when it kind of comes back down, and then you can fill it, or like we did one plain and put lemon curd and stuff in it, and like a powdered sugar, and then we did one that was plain, and we did fruit or syrup on that one, and then we did one that had blueberries in it, and then we put lemon curd with that one, and it was really good.
That sounds amazing.
So yeah, so so
y'all make it kind of special.
We try to, and one of the things that's different for us, because we work the way that we work, We normally, it's not unusual for James to work like on a Friday evening or a Saturday, or we try not to work on Sundays, but sometimes you can't avoid a family shoot or something on a Sunday. So, but because our people shoots haven't been happening, we haven't been done all the senior shoots and all of the family pictures that we normally do. And the end of the year programs and things like that we normally video. So that has been different because sometimes our weekends are different because Daddy's gone and it's just the three of us. So that has been different. But then like this week, tomorrow, James and I are doing a graduation in Huntsville. So tomorrow will be different just because we won't be here. And it's very rare that we're apart right now. So James has solo shoots, like he just got back from something. But it's very rare that we're not with the kids, or at least that I'm not here. So that will make tomorrow different. But yeah, so I guess to answer your question, we tried to make it different, but it's the thing that we did that really, I think, made it different is took the work out of the schedule. Like normally I'll work a little bit on the weekends because I have some bandwidth, and it's social media or it's graphics or whatever. It's not, it's not hurting anything for me to be in here, but I have tried really hard the last several weeks to really not work on the weekends and model that for the kids, because Sabbath is really important to me. Like if it were up to me, I would have a day of Sabbath. I would have a day completely unplugged. Cooking, I don't really mind. I don't love all the cleaning, but I would really have a day of rest.
Yeah, a day of rest.
And reconnection. I like to connect, and so Sundays, my goal is for us to be unplugged until the evening on Sundays so we can focus on each other or doing our own thing or whatever. I would rather, instead of just being mindless or engaging with other people and not talking to the people right in front of us. So
right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm low energy and kind of blah today. I think it's just been that sort of a week. This is not a fun podcast. Sorry, guys. Right? I feel like we should.
I don't know. Maybe let's make it fun. Let's give away a sticker.
I would love to do that.
Have a giveaway. What
should we do?
I don't know. What should we do?
We'll just give one away.
We're just gonna give one away.
Yeah. So what would you do? Like comment wherever you're watching it.
Yeah. Comment wherever you're watching it.
You know what? How about if we do the giveaway? We'll do the giveaway just on Facebook.
Okay.
So that way we can keep track of it. It's, you know what? It's a $5 sticker. We can give a couple away. So how about we do one on Facebook and one on Instagram, and you have to comment. So with a yay, like what's a yay for today or this week? Let's make it a Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Tell us.
That's Tara. It's Friday, pie.
Oh yeah.
My friend. I mean, she's so much more than that. I mean, she's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So today I was looking.
I love her. I love her style. I always love to see what she's wearing. She has cool hair, and her glasses are so cute.
You haven't been out to the acres where the commercial kitchen gathering space are yet?
I have not.
You should come. It's pretty awesome.
I need to come. And I need to get her book. I know. I need to get it.
You know what? That actually reminds me. Over the years, have I ever sent you Rachel Macy Stafford's Only Love Today?
I don't know.
How have I never sent you that? I'm surprised.
I don't know, but everything you've ever sent me, I love.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not been fun for you, but it's nice to talk to you. I've gotten so glad to talk to you. And then to me, Monday feels so long ago.
It was weird, and I think that's what it was. Like
I feel like it was last week.
Yeah. Well, and like I think too, because last week we published a couple. Like so, we've been doing this for a couple of weeks, and it's like we publish, and so now like it was like we were doing something every day with the podcast, and this week we really haven't talked to each other.
Right. Yeah.
I have missed you. I missed you this.
I missed you too.
Like I felt like I've been carrying this stuff and I needed to hand it to you and take yours, and so I enjoyed sitting here with you. But I feel like I don't feel like I was very fun today. So, But yeah,
No.
this is my tail.
Hey, how's that spot on your forehead?
Look, it's healing.
Good. I'm glad.
That's healing. This is better. So I'm thinking probably not skin cancer. Probably I had like 4-year-old kid impetigo or something.
Okay. I'm glad.
So yeah, I have been
It's healing.
If y'all don't know me, I am prone to
Yeah, skin cancers.
and so I have a spot on my forehead, and it's not been touching it. It's not been healing, but once I quit touching it, it started healing. So I think it's better. It doesn't hurt, and I think that really it was just something funky and it was a yeah. So, yeah. But if it gets scaly or it does any of the things that skin cancer does, I will go. I do have a good dermatologist here.
That's good.
I'll take care of it because I don't want to mess with that. And I know my dad had melanomas on his forehead, and that can be really bad if it's on melanoma anywhere is bad, but
right.
So yeah, I have been very lucky. What I've had cut out, I've only had 2 cut out, and they have both been before anything happened. So we watch. So that's what my dad did. My dad was a true redhead, and always had like on his hands and on his arms and stuff. He always had cancers.
Wow.
So we do watch for that.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, I'm glad to hear that it's healing.
Yes. Yeah. That's a yay for today.
That is a yay.
It's healing.
That is a yay.
Need a better yay. What's a better yay? What's a better yay? What do you have a yay while I'm thinking?
I think the boys' accomplishments are yays.
Those are good yays.
For sure.
Those are big yays. Those are like big, like all their lives they'll remember those yays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Wait, go ahead. You got one?
Yeah. You have good, like deep yays. I have a very shallow yay. Literally a shallow yay. We got a pool. It's adult. We've been here. This is I think this summer here. And I've always wanted a little bitty, like a little crappy pool. Like even blow up pool. Didn't care. And James always says no, because we always pay to swim. There's a place you can hear you. We pay to swim at the country club, which if you're from someplace else, you're like, oh, you pay to swim at the country club. It's Brenham, Texas, y'all. It's a pool. It's not. Place where so we always pay to swim there, but the summer, obviously, especially right now. So James finally broke down and bought a little bitty pool. So it's one of those. It's like, it's 3 feet tall. It's 10 feet wide. There's enough for my new float. We're gonna have to post pictures of our floats.
Yes, thank you. Is it Tara? Is that who gave it to you?
I went out. Yeah, the other day she posted that she was having a tough day, and so this is so stupid, Kristi stuff. But I was going to the animal shelter to drop off a donation, and it's close to her commercial kitchen, and she had posted that she was having a hard day. So I pulled one of my sunflowers and went to take that to her and hug her because I thought, she needs something. And then, so I did that. And then I ran into another friend who would stop by just to say hi to her. And as I was leaving, Tara said, I have a happy for you in my car. And she pulled out this float that she got that's like a mixtape. So, and then I texted a picture to Brenda, and Brenda ran out.
I was like, oh, I need that. And I had a gift card that my sweet student gave me. Yeah, sent it on the on my email. I got it for a teacher appreciation week, and I was like, I am going to get it. And I haven't been in Target either in a while, so it's like, and I got the last one.
We went to for the first week too.
Yeah, I don't have it in here. I had it in here, but I put it outside.
Well, yeah, it's so funny.
And it's a huge cassette.
Yeah, like last night I was laying
on it's taller than me.
Reading. So what's funny is like Brenda, y'all have like a real pool. Y'all have a built-in like a nice swimming pool, and we have the little I'm looking out my window. I have the little stand-up one here. I don't know. I may have too many cords. There's my dresser. Can you see out the window?
Oh yay!
See, that's it. Like that's the whole thing.
That is perfect. Trust me. Giant hole in my yard with a pool maintenance.
Yes, I'm too cheap to have a real pool, but I can do this for a few minutes.
I call the pool, I'm looking at my pool right now with my hands like someone from The Price is Right. I call that my parting gift.
Was that one of the last things y'all did when you were married? I bet
Yes.
that is a gift that is kept on giving and taking.
Yeah. Yes. Mostly giving. It's not, it's especially at a time like this, it's been entertainment, and, you can always just go out there but yeah, it's my parting gift. Yeah.
I hope this one is not my parting gift, because that would be a fun story. Like that, 22 years and top pool.
Okay, so while I was at Target, and this is a question: mask or no mask? I wore my mask. Look, I'm worrying about myself. I'm wearing my mask, but I went in, I got my mask on, went in. I was like, go to the float. There was one other thing on my list that I needed, some plastic box, container. Get that. So of course I grab those two things, because I'm trying to, just get in and out, two things, money, and I'm still iffy about being out anyway. So I grab those two things, and the way I come back is that dollar spot. Oh, of course you have to stop, right, and look at all the things, and because Target keeps
not $1.
Right.
Do that $5 stuff, man. Don't put it next to the and then they don't. Okay,
$5 stuff is all the good stuff. Okay, but so there I am. I get sucked in. I have to look at it, because here's the thing: is I forget Target. Life goes on at Target, so it's always different, that spot. But so why I bring this up is when you just panned out to look at your pool, I saw your little banner. They have the cutest banners, and I wanted one, because I was like, I want a banner. And then, when we did the podcast with the kids, Casey has her little banners. So they had these really, really cute banners. One had wood stars and really cute pastel colors. And then another one was these geometric patterns, was black and beige, really, really cute. Where will I hang that? Kristi
anywhere.
I knew you would say that. And actually, I'm looking out towards my living room. I could hang one there. And I just need to do that. Just go get one and hang it.
Or make bigger. We hang them. So,
girl, I am not. I can't make one. I don't.
So we have the white ones that you saw outside.
Which I've seen those. They used to be out by the fire pit.
I keep them. I put them out when we do special, when we have an event here, if we host a dinner or something here, I'll put them out. Mm-hmm. Or if people, we do Easters and stuff here. Mm-hmm. But years ago, I don't want to give it away in case someone has not watched the series yet, but there was a very special wedding on Downton Abbey. And at the reception, it was just the white pennants. And I was like, oh, I fell in love. And also the wedding, the people that got married, I was like, oh. And so my sweet husband wanted to do that. I guess it was for my birthday. And I think he got into it, and then he ended up asking my mom for help. So my mom and James, they've made these. There's enough of them that they're on our front porch right now. They come from the carport all the way over here to my Iron Heart. So there's yards and yards and yards of them. We can do our whole yard.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So Casey,
I didn't know the story behind those.
Yeah, it was probably one of the most thoughtful things they've ever done for me. And I keep them, I use them, and then I roll them up really carefully and hang them in the garage. But Casey, Casey was gone when all of this started. She was in Ireland. And winds.
She was one step ahead of everything, right?
Yeah.
She was in New York too.
She was in New York. She went to Broadway one of the last days. She went to Trinity College the day before it closed in Ireland. So it was very stressful, because our minor was across, in Ireland when our president said that part of Ireland, there's a travel ban. And so we had kind of a sleepless night trying to figure it out, and if she was going to be able to fly out. And of course, my brother and sister-in-law, she was with them, and she was in good hands, and they weren't stressed, and the travel company took care of everything. And it turned out overnight, a couple hours after he spoke, Homeland Security clarified that it was all of Ireland, not just Northern Ireland that was okay. But anyway, so that was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. From the time that he spoke and things like literally the world shut down. We watched the world shut down and we're waiting for her to get back to America. And then from New York to us in Austin. And so I think that Saturday, like I pressure washed everything I could pressure wash. I just needed to keep moving. I was to the point where I was really stressed out and really freaked out. And I got these out of the garage and we hung them because I wanted that to be what Casey saw when she came home.
Oh, yeah.
And it was good. Like she had no idea how stressful things were here. And it's been interesting for her, like the way that she heard the news over there and coming back. And then what we were hearing here are two totally different feelings. Like there, they were just reporting and here it was, I don't want to say fear mongering, but that's what it felt like. I felt like our child was in danger. So anyway, so we've just left him up because my whole thing is, and I finally, after years, I mean, I've had my grandma's china for years. I finally got some out and used it. But like, why do we put our happy things away?
I don't know. That's a big thing for me when with people organize. I'm like, if you're going to save your kids' art, if you're going to, take a piece of, your family's, mementos or display that, use it somehow. And so I use examples. When my dad died, I wanted his watch because I wear a watch every day, and so did he. And then I didn't keep a lot of things. I kept also his name tags through the years. My dad was in grocery. He's in the grocery business and produce, and so I have all of his, and I'll put a picture, I'll send a picture. There's a clear glass box and I put all his name tags in it and I put it out on the coffee table. But yes, we do. We save our things for a rainy day. And I don't know why we do that, but we use the china, use the things, don't save them.
So I got a little militant OCD, but I was over at a friend's house and they're getting they have a little house like we do. And they're getting a new shed and she was like, oh good, then I have all these totes in my room with these tubs that I can move out to the shed. And I was like, why do you have stuff in tubs?
Yeah.
And you could tell she was taken aback. And I was like, wow, Kristi, like take it down. And so she went from 6 to 2 and I was like, okay. I was like, so what's in your tube? And I was like, just shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. It's not your business. So now I just want to go over there and help her get like out of the 2 tubs, but it's okay. So 2 summers ago when you came and did our garage with us, I just feel like you would be so proud of me because it was a process. You were part of the process. But Courtney Carver stuff, her Soulful Simplicity,
you gave
me. Did I give
me that book? You gave me that book and it's autographed and it is probably one of my favorite books and I follow her on Instagram. I didn't even know about her. So thank you.
She's the best. Yeah.
The best.
And it helped me. And I think that's one of the things that you do that a lot of organizers, you have the heart piece of it too. And so you have to deal with the emotions, like how the stuff makes you feel or the emotion that you're avoiding by not doing stuff. And we talked about this a little bit with your ugly closet. But I think that's one of the things that you bring to the table as an organizer is your lack of judgment, all the grace that you bring to the table, but also the fact that you help talk through like, why did you save it? What are you saving it for? What are you avoiding? All of that stuff. So, so I have big feelings about stuff and all of the stuff. And did you see my Instagram post last night? Was it last night? It came up in my Facebook memories from 5 years ago. And it was a picture of, so this door on this side is the one that goes out to the hallway. That's why there's a lock on it. This is our little closet door. So my side of the closet and like I have pared down.
Yes.
Like I have just a few clothes.
I did see that.
And I didn't do that because I wanted a capsule wardrobe. I did that because I lost weight and I refused to go back. So I have 2 shelves, and they were both in the picture 5 years ago. They're just crammed with stuff that I needed to deal with, scrapbooky stuff. And so in the
I think that
caption,
was last night.
yeah, it talks about how I was weary of not making time for that stuff. And so 5 years later, I've made progress, and that one of those shelves was cleared off. And I mean, it took me 5 years to do it, right? And a lot of the stuff I've moved to a different location, but I feel like 5 years later, I've done 3 of the scrapbooks. Like that being home, my thing now with things shut down, what would I regret not doing? It was scrapbooks. And so I've gotten 3 done, which is nothing, right? It's nothing. I've got 4
But
or 5 years worth of stuff, but I've done 3. But to see that and to remember how I felt 5 years ago, putting that again and walking away from it and being so like grumpy with myself.
yeah.
So.
Okay. There are 2 things. You said this, just 3. Look how far you've come, not how far you have to go. Look at 3. You got 3 done. Yes. And
That's
then
what it is.
You're really good with remembering. Well, I love that. If you've read a book, you remember the author. One of my favorite quotes, and I can never remember who says them, but she says that clutter is just postponed decisions.
I bet it's Gretchen Rubin.
Yes.
Sounds like Gretchen
I
Rubin.
bet. Yes. And so, yeah, it's a postponed decision. And that too, then there's all that emotion that comes with it. Like I'm going to just leave that there until I'm ready to deal with it. And sometimes it's a long time that you don't want to have to face all that. It's a lot, of course. And then, we talked about this before a few weeks ago, is once you get in there, it doesn't take you that long and it just feels so much better. Why did you wait all that time? But that's just the mystery of life.
Did I tell you Sunday after we recorded, like after, at the end of the day, I had a little bit of time before bedtime. And everybody was doing something. So I sat down, and the last of the 3 scrapbooks I had to tackle was our honeymoon. And I had a stack of stuff, but once I pulled out all the doubles, I had half a stack of stuff, and it ended up being like just a few pages in the scrapbook. It was so few pages that I put it in the back of our wedding scrapbook. That's how few pages it was. And I was like, was this worth 22 years of me putting it off? So that was really like, I was like, so that like, it's this push-pull thing, right? Like I'm proud of how far I've come. I need to quit looking at where I'm going, because my goal is to empty the dresser where all of that stuff lives now. My goal is to empty that and just let it sit empty until Casey takes it when she has her own apartment someday.
Right.
So we have a few aspirational pieces of furniture. That's one of them. I bought that specifically because I wanted Casey to be able to build a room around it one day. We have a friend who, she just has beautiful stuff. And so when she was selling that, and then the pew that sits on our front porch, and
I loved your pew.
It doesn't fit on our front porch. It doesn't look it out there, but I love it. It lives. It will be perfect for the front porch I want to have someday.
Yeah,
and so
I love that pew.
I do. I love it. And it doesn't look good at our house now. But when our house is painted, it'll look good. Well, it's a weird color. Our house is my least favorite color in the world. It's beige. And when we bought it, I was like, oh, we got to paint this. So Casey laughs anytime I bring it up, because it's our 5th summer here. It's almost 6 years since we bought the house. It'll be 6 years. We moved in at the beginning of November, in August, and anyway, but we still haven't added on. We still haven't painted it. We still haven't. And so, yeah. So, but that's the dresser that I want to empty of all my scrapbook stuff. That's the thing that as we go into the summer, I'm like building time in for my work and building time in for that every day.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's good. What I love is since the garage, since I helped y'all 2 years ago, is that you didn't stop there. You have really, then there was that hall closet, and you have gone around the house and have done things, and so that I love that. I'm proud of you for just not stopping and keep going. And it's sometimes just doing a little bit still makes a big difference.
It does. And what's been fun for me is that Casey has gotten whatever this is that you and I have. And so she, you know, when she got home after she got over her jet lag and stuff, like she day by day, she did a cabinet in the kitchen. She did the kitchen drawer. She did our med room. She did the laundry room. And whenever she wants to do that stuff, I just say yes. Because all these years I've had such tight control, which is an illusion, but I felt like I've been the only one that's cared about that stuff. So I hold it like this. And as she offers to do in the bathroom, like she did the bathroom closet. So as she offers to do things, I just let her do them and let her do them how it makes sense to her. And then we celebrate it. And I'm like, yay. But there's 4 people in the house. 2 people love to be organized. 2 people love, one person has a rule to only touch stuff once. One person's so we're all the way from like the OCD to probably would be buried in mountains of stuff if there wasn't a me in the house. I have a couple of people like that. And so it's not all, it's not all perfect, because one of the things that you guys who live with someone or married or partners or whatever your situation is, you're very rarely on the same page. Especially when it comes to organization and things and what's important and how you want things. And so like right now, there's a bunch, I'm at my workspace. My dresser's to my, what direction is this, right? And on the dresser, my person will let stuff just sit. And I will kind of like lose my brain about it. And we still have a good portion of the garage is still a pile of stuff that 2 years ago we weren't ready to make decisions about. This is the royal way. He wasn't ready to make decisions about, and still hasn't. And it is such a source of stress for me. But one of the things that you have to, and Courtney Carver is really good about walking through this in her stuff, is I can't control your choices. I can't control how you feel or any of that. All I can do is control me. And it's the same thing with clutter, right? Like you have to find something that you can live with. And what I can live with is you keep the dresser clean because I work in here, and I will try not to bring up the garage every day. But yeah, if I had my way, the garage would be clean.
Right.
But I don't get to have my way on that. And that's right. It has to be okay for him and for me. And that's one of the things that when we were kind of at a particularly low point, he said, you can be very unwelcoming in our home. And I was like, and that, like, I mean, I know you don't want to go on the internet and say like the biggest secrets of your marriage, but how true is that? And then I think about if hospitality and grace is so important to me, and I was being unintentionally unwelcoming and disinviting with my husband and making him feel like he didn't have a say on how things were, I think a lot of us as women probably need to look at that. And I still tend that way. Like when I'm stressed, I'm more likely to snipe out the stuff on the dresser, the stuff on the counter, the stuff. So on my good days, I let it go. On my bad days, I am like a dog with a bone, and it's bad.
Right. Well, I mean, I can say a little for him and a little for you. I mean, because I get that. When that's one thing. One of the things when Kevin and I were together and married, he's very organized, and I mean, not, I take it, of course, to another level where I like all the labels to face this way, and but he kept things organized and tidy, put things away. Like we just both were on that same page. And then Alex came. He's like us too, sometimes even not worse than me, but up there with me. And then, Matt is awesome because it doesn't bother Matt, but because we were all that way, or we are all that way, he goes along with our systems, and, he'll keep, keep things tidy. So it's cool. But it definitely is hard when you have to share that space, like that dresser. And, I know you say you're already in close quarters anyway. And so it really can, put a bump in your day when, but I want to say this, and maybe we can visit this again, but I remember when I came, what it you guys wanted to use your garage for a certain purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was a great idea. And I thought y'all were about on the same page. And so now when I'm thinking of how you still can't use that garage for that space or for the way you intended it,
Mm-hmm.
because of that stuff there, I'm like, oh, it kind of makes me sad that you're still not getting to do that. But
You know,
I may have to like maybe ask him if he remembers why we were clearing it out for.
yeah. And I guess that's part of it too. Like, because I love him so much and because I love my
Mhm.
so much, it's hard for me. I am wired to close loops. Like, I don't like things undone. I do not like leaving things undone. And so I guess I transfer that, and I think it must be stressful for him to know that all that stuff is undone. But then I don't know what's in his head even after all this time, but
Right.
I feel bad because it would be a source of stress for me, like the scrapbooking stuff, like not having our wedding album put together. I mean, it got to a point like after like at 15 years, it was like, okay, this isn't funny anymore.
Right.
This is sad. You know, Casey's going to be 17 in a few weeks, and none of her stuff is in an album. And so like there comes a point where I say it's important to me, but if I'm saying it's important to me, but I'm not putting the time and the effort into it, um, and I think that's like there's so many things here. Like I was just sitting here thinking, like we could totally have a Facebook Live. I think it would be not fun, but I think it would be interesting to let people. I always love the questions that people ask you about organizing,
Mm-hmm.
and just to talk about like like what's your ugly closet, or if you like what's the one thing that you wish, one area in your life where you wish you were more organized, whether it's physical or digital or like whatever it is, but like what's something that you could do one baby step right now. And I think that's the beauty of it. I think it would mean, if you look at it like I want to have, like for me, I want to have an empty dresser. I want to be all the scrapbook stuff to be in a scrapbook. Well, I can't get there today. Even if I started working now, I can't get there today. But
Mm-hmm.
what can I do today? Well, today I have 15 minutes on my calendar
Mm-hmm.
to work on one drawer. And that's my goal today is one drawer to take the photos that's in that drawer and put it in the correct. Like I have a super ugly box in my dining room right now that has file folders with the year. But one day, my job was to take those file folders and put the year on them from 1974 all the way to today. Um, and that was that day's thing. And then the next day's thing was to empty a little box. And then the next day's thing. And so I have to I don't do it every day. I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
every day there's something we can do to work towards our goals.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is what I think. I talk about this with people. Usually you get to the point where you're completely overwhelmed and you see the stuff just everywhere. And so that just overwhelming feeling. And so then they think, I have to get this house organized. Well,
You can't get the house.
you can't get the house organized. You can't look at it as a big picture. You have to like section it out. And today, like you said, today I'm going to do the junk drawer in the kitchen, or I'm going to do the the cups and glasses.
Clear every counter. Like not clear your kitchen.
Right. Not clear your kitchen.
Or
Yes.
go through your utensil thing and put those stuff that you don't use in a like a Walmart bag or an HEB bag.
Yes, and that's exactly what I say. Like get a grocery bag, a Walmart bag, and fill that from a drawer or a cabinet, and just start small and then work up. Mm-hmm. Because then you're still getting rid of some of the weight and getting some of that overwhelmness out, but it's doable. It has to be doable because you can't look at it as the whole house, because that's a hamster wheel.
Well,
I mean, you can work up to that and get to it. Mm-hmm.
well, and I think one of the things too that I think, one of the things that I love about the way that you work with your clients is that you don't just come in and do it. You do it shoulder to shoulder. right?
Mm-hmm.
And talk through
Right.
processes and talk about, why do you want to declutter this space? Why do you want to organize this
Mm-hmm.
space?
What's your goal?
What's your goal? What's your process? What's your normal? Like, you take time to find out what their normal bent is, because
Mm-hmm.
the thing that the truth of it is, I could pay you however much money to come in and organize our little house. But if I don't bring the mail in on Monday and put
Mm-hmm.
the mail where the mail goes, if I just put it on the counter or whatever I was doing before, it won't take long until I'm right back there.
Right.
If I say it's important to me to have a clean kitchen, but I always have clean and dirty dishes in the sink, or, if I say it's important to me to do this and you come in and you fix it for me, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't do a little bit every day, like, that's the thing you
To
have.
maintain, right.
Yes, it's a constant, it's a process. And if you're lucky, it becomes a habit. If
Right.
you're not lucky, and it's the same way with debt. It's the same way with overspending. You can get to a point where you have a clean slate and your house is all organized and clean, or your debt's all paid off. But if you don't change your habits,
Mm-hmm.
your debt's coming back, your clutter's coming back. And it's the same way with weight, right? Like,
Right.
all
Exactly.
of something.
You have to do the work.
Yeah. And if you're
Yeah.
really picky like me, you struggle with all of those. So there's
Mhm.
there's always an area of your life where you feel completely incompetent.
Yeah. Ah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So but it's just every day doing something every day.
Right. Yeah. A little bit every day. But yeah, I like to do this side by side too, because ultimately it's your stuff. It's you and how you feel about it. I and I don't want anyone to feel guilty because you have 50 of one thing, and why you have it. I want you to make the choices. I want you to be okay with, what, I'm ready to get rid of 10 of these and I want to keep 12. Okay. And then once you've got that 12, then you let me find a place for it for you or help you figure that out. No, I think when people think of professional organizers like, oh, they just want to get rid of my stuff, they just make me throw it all away. I'm like, no. That's why we're going to talk about what it is you want, what it is you need. I'm not here to get rid of your stuff, I promise. I just want to help you get that feeling of overwhelmness off of your chest is what I want. But
And maybe that's what we're here for. Like, maybe that's what, like,
maybe.
like that. One of the things with the podcast I did before, part of the reason Merritt started it was to make us accountable to showing up and nurturing our friendship and spending time together.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe that's part of it. Like, you and I talking, like, we've been having the same conversations for years about parenting, about family,
Mm-hmm.
about friends, all those things. And to make us be intentional about showing up for each other in this space and encouraging each other to walk those things out, or
Right.
talking through like why we're stumbling or whatever it is. And I love what you're doing behind the scenes, reaching out to people who have impacted you and inviting them to be a part of this too. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, our next episode will have a guest and I don't even know who it is.
Right. So, yeah, I'll talk to you about that when we start recording, because I need to reach out and see if she still can. But yeah. And also, just let me say really quick about stuff and about like your scrapbooks. And I talk about this just being real with. I like to keep things real, but be real with yourself. I started a baby book for Alex, and I bought one for Matt. And Alex is 17. He's about to be a senior.
Mm-hmm.
And I still haven't finished his baby book. But I think a couple years ago, I decided, you know what? I'm never going to finish that baby book. And I am just going to be okay with that. And because what is that baby book for? Is it for me to look back? Is it for him? I think, back in the day, our moms made us baby books. Us, our boomer parents. And I have mine and I've seen mine, but it's one of those things that's in a box. but I had to let that go. You know what? That's just added pressure. And I have all the pictures and all the stuff there, like you said, with your scrapbook and ready. But you know what? What I have put in there, it's there, and I'm just letting it go. And that's okay. Pressure off myself. I put the pressure on myself. He doesn't know that baby book is there and that I haven't finished,
He may not care. I mean,
and he may not care.
That's a whole thing too, as parents, and as we think our things and our memories and our stories and stuff are so valuable, and they are. That's who your family. It's the basis of your family. But when it comes down to it, my kids probably don't want my bed, my armoire. Like they want their own things, or this won't fit their life in 30 years. And I need to be okay with that, instead of being like,
yeah,
but we paid a lot for that. I hear that all the time, but I paid a lot for that, but I
paid
that on that.
Right. Or I might need that, or just in case, 10 years of just in case. But so if something like that is just, if 10 years have gone by, ask yourself, am I really, I mean, you did, that's awesome. You kept that, but it took a long time. But if ask yourself, am I really going to do that? And if the answer is honestly no, then let it go and just be okay. And life's going to go on and you're still loved. Like, don't do that to yourself. So I did. So the baby books, my kids don't have one, and I'm not a scrapbooker. I that was really big back when our, the early 2000s, when our kids were little. I never got into it. Two things why. Again, it was just like, I knew I know myself, and I'm not going to sit and do it, number one. But number two, all of the things that you have to get for it. And see, I'm one of those people, like, I have to know where the stuff's going to be housed or kept. Do I have a place for all of that scrapbook stuff? And then that's one of those projects you have to leave the stuff out to work on it here and there. So it just too much. I had to just be like, nope, you're not going to do it anyway. So.
Well, that's why I didn't get in. Well, so that we're going to start a whole nother conversation. I
know you have to go.
Just heard was coming in, because I was like, because of Casey's test and our interview and stuff today, I was like, okay, we have to have early lunch. We have to do, and he's probably like, where's lunch?
Sorry. Yeah.
But okay. So we have so much to talk about.
Yes.
So we'll come back, but we're going to, when we post this on social media, share your yay in the comments.
Share your yay.
And we'll put a wrap up time on there, but and then we'll give out some stickers.
Yes. Yay.
And then you and I will have a date. We'll meet somewhere in the middle and have a fun date, and I'll give you a bag of fun stuff so you can.
So excited. We have merch.
I'm so excited. So my goal this weekend is, well, maybe not this weekend, maybe Monday, is to figure out how to get it on the website. I have the page set up. Now I got to connect it to figure out which bank account and all that, but we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're figuring this out. We're non-professionals. A show that isn't a show.
I know, but it feels like a show. So we'll see.
It does. Okay. Well, I know you have to go.
I know. And now I want to talk about something. Okay. I'm not going. I love you, big.
I love you, big.
AP test. I hope you guys have super quiet for him, like we're going to try to do.
We are. Actually, I'm going down the road to my neighbor's to sit on her driveway and watch her and her daughter clean out the garage.
Ooh, score. Yeah. Enjoy. That's right.
Got her college stuff. They're just trying to get reorganized, so that'll be fun. Because their daughter's taking her test too, so we'll be sitting outside in the driveway.
That'll be good.
Yeah. So good luck to Casey. Love you, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Same to Alex. Love you guys too.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. We'll see
you.